All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a launch that just feels different. A move so big, so aggressive, it might have actually changed the internet overnight. We are, of course, talking about Google's brand new AI, Gemini 3.
So, the big question is, how did they pull it off? This wasn't some flashy press event or a little demo. Nope. It all came down to a single, massive, strategic choice that went live for billions of us just instantly.
And there it is. That's the move. No waiting list, no slow, cautious rollout. They took their most powerful AI model ever and dropped it right into the heart of Google search for everyone on day one. I mean, that's a level of confidence, or maybe aggression, we just haven't seen from Google before.
Okay, so let's really dig in and unpack this. What exactly is Gemini 3? And why in the world did Google decide to go all in like this?
Think of Gemini 3 as the new engine, the brain powering everything AI at Google. Now, look at that timeline. Just 7 months after the last major version. 7! That's an incredible speed up in their development. This isn't a company just trying to keep up anymore. This is a company trying to lap the competition.
And the scale here is just, it's hard to even wrap your head around. On the very first day, Gemini 3 started powering experiences for over 2 billion people. That's through the AI overviews you see in search, plus the millions using the Gemini app. This was not a test run. This was a global day one deployment.
You know, this move didn't just happen in a vacuum. The AI race is getting hotter every single month. You had OpenAI dropping GPT-5, Anthropic with its new Claude model. Google's launch in January wasn't just another update, it was a massive strategic counterpunch. It was a clear signal that they plan on leading this thing, not following.
Okay, so they're moving fast, they're being aggressive. But the real question is Gemini 3 actually any good? Let's skip the hype and look at the cold, hard data.
So this number, 1501, comes from a place called the LM Arena. It's basically a blind taste test for AIs. Real people ask questions, get 2 anonymous answers, and vote for the better one. Hitting a score over 1500 put Gemini 3 right at the top of the leaderboard. This isn't a lab test. This is a huge thumbs up from actual everyday users.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This test is designed to be brutally hard. We're talking PhD-level problems. And yeah, 37.5% might not sound like an A+, but it is a new world record. It's significantly better than its biggest rival. It shows a real leap forward in the ability to handle truly complex reasoning.
And it's not just a one-trick pony either. Across the board, Gemini 3 is breaking new ground. It set a new record in advanced math. It's now top of the class at understanding images and video. That's multimodal reasoning. And maybe most importantly, look at that 72.1% on factual accuracy. That is absolutely critical for building trust, for making sure the AI isn't just making stuff up.
All right, numbers are great and all, but what does all this brain power actually mean for you? What can you do with it? Let's check out the new superpowers this thing unlocks.
Okay, this is one of the wildest new features. They're calling it vibe coding. You don't need to know a single line of code. You just describe the tool you're imagining. Hey, build me a little game that does this, or I need a website that visualizes this data, and boom, the AI just builds it for you. It's wild.
And this completely changes what an answer even is. Instead of just getting a wall of text, the AI actually designs a custom, interactive little web page just for your question. So you ask for healthy dinner ideas, and instead of a list, it might build you a slick meal planner with pictures, recipes, and a shopping list you can actually interact with. The answer becomes an entire experience.
Then you've got Gemini Agent, and this is all about delegation. Think bigger. You can give it a really complex, multi-step job like find the best flights for my trip to Tokyo, book the hotel, and add it all to my calendar. The AI will then break that down into smaller tasks, make a plan, and just do it. It's going from a simple tool to a genuine assistant.
So with all these crazy new powers, what does that mean for the product that started it all for Google? Let's look at what's happening to that search bar.
Honestly, the difference is night and day. We are leaving the world of the 10 blue links. The new AI mode creates these dynamic, magazine-style layouts. Instead of you clicking around to hunt for an answer, the answer is built for you, right there on the page in a rich, interactive way.
And here's a really clever trick happening behind the curtain. When you ask one question, Google's AI is secretly breaking it down and running multiple different searches in the background. Then it takes all that information and stitches it together to give you a much more complete answer than any single search could. Pretty smart.
But, you know, this kind of radical progress doesn't come without a few problems. Let's talk about the controversy that's bubbling up around this. and what Google has planned next.
So here's the billion-dollar question. If the AI gives you the perfect answer right there on the results page, why would you ever click a link to go to another website? And this is a huge problem for publishers, for bloggers, for anyone who relies on that web traffic. It creates this massive tension between what's best for the user and what's best for the health of the open web.
But despite that controversy, Google is absolutely flooring it. Gemini 3 is live right now. They've also launched a super detailed image generator called Nano Banana Pro, and they're already teasing what's next, something called 3D Think, which is an even more powerful version for complex reasoning that's still undergoing some extra safety checks.
And they're not forgetting about the people who build things. They also rolled out Anti-Gravity, which is an AI assistant made specifically for programmers. The goal is to have it work everywhere, in your code editor, your command line, to help write, suggest, and even fix code all on its own. It's a huge play to win the hearts and minds of developers. So, after all of that, what's the bottom line? What does this all mean for you right now? Let's boil it down.
Okay, here's what you really need to know. 1. Google is not playing catch-up anymore. They are moving faster than ever. 2. Your search results are fundamentally changing from a list of links to a single curated answer. 3. AI is shifting from just being an information tool to being a real creative partner. And 4, and this is the big one, you're probably already using Gemini 3 without even knowing it. This new reality is here.
Which leaves us with one massive lingering question. Are we watching the birth of a much smarter, more helpful internet that knows what we need before we do? Or are we watching the beginning of the end for the open, decentralized web that we all grew up with? That's the real question, and we're all going to be answering it together.